Welcome back to another episode of Jacksonville Buzz's Buzzworthy Businesses. Welcome to our new set, and finally, once again, after a period of time by which we had to be separated, sitting right next to me, Dave Permenter.
Hey, brother.
How's it going, man? I mean, like we're like on one camera and everything.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a lot of fun on this show, right? We talk about some really neat things, some really cool stuff on the horizon, and every now and again you have something that's like a really inspirational story. And this is one of those times.
Absolutely.
John Clegg from World Villages for Children, I think we were talking 180,000 children have been positively impacted from your organization that you're a part of.
Yeah, around about 180,000 children from 6 different countries.
Tell us a little bit about the organization for the people that aren't aware of what you do.
Okay, so as I say, we're in 6 different countries. It's run by the Sisters of Mary, which is an order of nuns. There's roughly about 380 sisters and about 90 novices in these 6 countries. And in each country, there's a boys' town and a girls' town, and they're developing or third world countries. And these sisters go out into the most impoverished, destitute, drug-infested, dangerous areas to find these kids who are invariably in very difficult circumstances. And they take these children in, they educate them, they look after them, they keep them healthy and give them just a great future. Because so it's a tremendous transformation in what happens to these children.
It's an absolute blessing to the planet, not to mention just the 6 countries too. Just imagine kids in such incredibly impoverished conditions. You said terrible conditions. I know that doesn't even skim the surface of
Correct.
How bad and dire it really is.
Yeah.
But to see them be rescued from that, put into a loving, caring environment, educated, accredited education, going on to higher education and becoming, as you said prior to our segment, whatever they want to become.
Exactly.
They have opportunity.
Exactly.
It's wonderful.
There is a joke in there about the Sisters of Mary. I am familiar with the Sisters of Mary, and so these nuns go out into the terrible areas and put themselves at risk.
Yeah, no question.
Right, because I'm a real Catholic boy.
Yeah.
So when you said Sisters of Mary, I do understand. I've been in trouble by them. One of them, last name, rest her soul, is Sister Eleanor from 2nd grade. Some things you just don't forget. But I can now write with both hands. It was not so good to be left-handed back in those days. So they go out there, and in all sincerity, risk life, limb in areas like that are terrible and also more at risk for women to go and get these kids and bring them back.
Yeah.
And then they bring them back and they get them, like you said, like a small campus, like a university, and really change their life.
Definitely.
Now, you had a long career corporately and in multinational companies. Why did you feel the need to align yourself with this organization?
So a very good friend of mine who's from Jacksonville, he's an elderly gentleman, wonderful man. He said to me about 5 or 6 years ago, would you like to know the best charity in the world? And in most circumstances, I would have dismissed that because that's quite a claim. But I was interested because he said it. And so I wanted to learn more. And so I started to learn more about this organization. And then I went down to Mexico City to one of the facilities in this place called Chalco, where there's 3,500 little girls. And so my wife and I saw it for ourselves. We witnessed the incredible miracle. It's a miracle where they take these children in and literally transform their lives and give them a tremendous future. It just is. And then I had to say to myself, well, my friend is right. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
How long have you been involved?
So more or less since he told me about it, 5 or 6 years. I've been on the board just over 2 years as a volunteer director, but I've been involved for a little bit longer.
It's absolutely fantastic. What is the day like for one of these kids? A day-to-day, a normal weekday? Are there sports? What do they do in their off time? Can they leave the campus?
They're there 7 days a week. And they wake up very, very early in the morning. they say their prayers, and then it's busy all day long, either learning they're learning their subjects, or they're playing sports. The facilities are very beautiful. That we've got swimming pools and different things on the campus, nice soccer fields and basketball courts. So they're playing a lot of sports, and they're doing a lot of things that normal kids do.
I can only imagine a given child's first day there. It must be, from what they're coming from, stepping into the campus.
Yeah.
You said it's like a modern university type campus, small university. It must be like just wonderland for them. They must be just overwhelmed.
Well, just to give you an example, when they come here, when they come to the facilities, most of them have never slept in a bed. In fact, 90% of them have never slept in a bed. Wow. Most of them have never seen a shower. So the sisters in the first week or two have to acclimate the children to all these different things that they've never experienced before.
Wow.
Well, and then we talk about the, in the United States, the difference between impoverished and the difference between what you're talking about. I mean, even the impoverished here in the United States have things like running water.
Yeah.
And, these are things that we don't even think about, that are things that are a novel thing for these young men and women, these children, to go in. Yeah. We always ask about, what are you doing for the community, as these part of these segments? Well, it's clear you're doing for a much larger community. I guess, how can the community that you are impacting, that are watching this video, how can we help you? Instead of it, what are you doing to help the universe? That's clear.
Yeah.
What can the universe do to help you guys?
Well, first of all, learn about this program. You can go on the internet and see worldvillages.org. There's books that have been now written. There's a book called The Priest and the Beggar. That's about the original founder, Venerable Aloysius Schwartz. Mm-hmm. He's now going through the process of canonization to become a saint. You can learn about the Sisters of Mary, and we also have pilgrimages down to Mexico City. So if you go on the website, you'll see that. So it's worldvillages.org. Mm-hmm. So please learn about the organization. Please pray for us. Mm-hmm. And the sisters will pray, and the sisters and children will pray for you. And also, if you're really moved, you can come down and visit one of the locations.
Well, wow. So we'll put your stuff on our website, thedailynewsnetwork.com. Gosh, I can go, off camera here and just roll lap around the beads, man. Call my mama. No, in all sincerity, though, what you're doing, the mission, vision, values is just phenomenal. And you're impacting kids, people watching this going, I think about my kids. They didn't get a large enough iPhone screen. That's a totally different universe where we're talking about things like running water and safety from abuse of all kinds, not just the ones that we think about, but things that we can't even think about.
Exactly.
So, love the message. Gosh, what a great interview. Dave, I don't know where you found this guy, but wow, what a great story to tell. But
it was divinely brought to us.
You know what? You're here and you're great. This is a phenomenal thing, but we can't do it without these guys, right? Guys, what a story. I think that one writes itself. If you like this episode, share the episode. Come check out what they're doing on thedailynewsnetwork.com. Remember, always live with gratitude and just, wow, thanks for coming and sharing your story.
Thank you.